How do you say it? No, it is not bagel, but rather bagel. Pretty straightforward once you know the delicious bagel. Bagel. Once you know.
Hey!
Welcome back. Happy Jeans Day, everybody.
Hey, happy Jeans Day. Jeans Wednesday.
Jean Wednesday, only applicable when there's no visitors.
Facts. That's an admissions joke, guys.
You wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
You have to subscribe to our Patreon to get behind the scenes footage.
True.
Mitchell and I actually wear GoPros all day.
It's true.
And that's what our Patreon is composed of. It's
Yeah.
just what a day in our life looks like.
Mm-hmm. You can't see them because they have John Cena's skin on them.
That's true. And we always wear camouflage.
Yep. All right. How you doing, Ethan?
I'm good. I'm 5 days. How many days am I from graduation today?
Oh no, like 5?
4 days.
Four?
4 days. If you include the rest of today, which I don't. Also, just a fun little note for the listeners. We're recording the earliest we've ever recorded the podcast. I think, could be wrong, probably one of the earlier episodes we probably did
Like earlier in the day or in the week?
Yeah, in the day.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 p.m.
Usually I feel like we did like an 11 a.m.
Probably.
back in the day. I remember like waking up and going to do the podcast.
Birds are chirping.
Episode 2 or 3. Yeah, birds are chirping.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's been good. We're back. It was a pretty crazy weekend for me.
Back in black. I hit the sack. Anyway, what does your week look like, brother?
This week is just ridiculously chill. I'm sorry, video listeners. My eye is just really itchy right now. That's why I'm messing with my eyeball. It's
okay.
a super chill week for me. I had like my last actual in-person class yesterday.
Wow.
Which was fun. And then I worked some of the loadout for a leave. And then went to Grace's and then did my laundry there because I was going to do it at my house. But everyone else was doing the laundry. And I was like, I want to get this done today. So did my laundry there. And then, yeah, I just kind of been chilling this morning. I have work at 4, which is hence the early record of the podcast.
And I got off work early.
It was just truly, what's the word?
God wink.
God, yep. That's what I was thinking.
You ever heard that term?
No?
It's from Hallmark, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like on the Christmas movie?
Yeah.
It's like,
Ding.
oh, it's a God wink.
I need a
Is
ding.
that kind of like a,
Ding sound effect.
is that like a, I'll just text you and leave your ringer on.
Oh, wait. I literally earlier today, I turned off my sound effects on my laptop. Let me turn it back on. Why did I do that? That was
Sound
not a
effects.
God wink. Sorry, my notification thing for texts. Okay, one second. And I'm going to turn it back on. And I'm going to turn... Wait. Okay, I'll tell you when to hit send.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. God wink, baby.
That went okay. But yeah, it was it worked out well for us schedule-wise. Tomorrow, I have absolutely nothing. I'm probably going to go return my books.
Oh,
There's cake at the PSG office, which I'm probably going to go get a slice of.
respect.
Why not?
Let him cook.
Thursday, I have practice for graduation. Why do we have to practice graduation? Like, just
Well, you got to
just
know like where
walk.
you're sitting and stuff. Otherwise, it would be kind of madness. You
yeah.
you got to know who you're behind and who you're in front of.
I wish we brought in outside speakers for graduation, like other schools do.
Really?
Yeah, it'd be so cool.
Have we talked about this before?
I feel like I've mentioned it to a couple of people because I've just been thinking about it a lot lately. Because everyone's like, "Who's speaking?" I'm like, "Dr. White." Like, well,
Outside
other
speakers
schools get like cool, like.
Are only good if they're like from a TV show. You know?
Well, I think of like MIT. Obviously, we're no MIT, but MIT had Ray or Tom. I think both Tom and Ray the guys from Car Talk, did their commencement speech, and it was like really good. And obviously, we're Cedarville, so we could have someone like, I don't know, we get some pretty big name chapel speakers. Couldn't we just grab one for like, I don't know, Alistair Begg, or even like in house, like General Reno? If General Reno gave the commencement speech, dog, that'd be so good.
So not an out of house speaker then.
Well, just like someone else,
Speaker
just
of the house.
spice it up a little bit, Could be
Yeah.
Amanda Tress.
You know, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree.
That's an inside Cedarville joke.
Unless we had when
Tress.
I think Cornell had the guy who played Andy Bernard.
Dwyer. Ooh.
Andy Bernard.
Who's Andy Dwyer?
He's from Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the guy Ed
Andy
Helms.
Bernard. Ed Helms. Yep.
That was good. But other than that, it's like,
I don't know. I just think it'd be cool because every other school has one. The commencement.
But the other
speaker.
schools don't tell the gospel. So
Yeah, but we could get someone who does also tell the gospel. Other people can tell gospel.
yeah, I don't know. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I just it'd be cool to have a little variation in it.
Cool. So we're on the same page.
That's my thought. But yeah, so we have commencement rehearsal. I have an exam that night afterwards, and then Friday family comes into town. Saturday graduate. Sunday chill, and then a weird stretch of days there where I'm just Monday the 8th and the 9th. I'm literally doing nothing. I don't have work, school. Nothing. So I think one of those 2 days I'm going to go to Aldi or something and grab a rack of ribs and just make some ribs. Smoke a rack of ribs.
Aldi ribs.
I think that's the plan.
That's sick.
I don't know. I realized today I was in Aldi. I was like, you don't have to get ribs from a deli or a slaughterhouse kind of a thing. You can just get them from the store. I don't know if there's a difference, but
I mean, don't pay attention to it. They're probably good.
I mean, it's FDA certified. You know, it's not like a. I don't know. But then, yeah, I mean, this previous week was pretty nuts for me. But we can go. What do you got coming up?
You about to eye drop yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Was your question, what do I have coming up? Or
no, I was saying
last week.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, what do you have coming up? Because I have stuff for last week, but
yeah.
Figure you can cover your.
Coming up, I have, I mean, this week at work has been chill, which is good. You know, in the admissions world, we just hit the deposit deadline. College decision day. It was yesterday. So 2 days ago, if you're listening to this on Wednesday.
Did you get any declines that you're sad about?
Yeah, it's it's weird because we kind of an inside look into my job. We basically are kind of around to just talk to different families who are looking into Cedarville. And when people come to visit, we kind of have meetings with them, make them feel welcome. And there's certain families, it's either really good or really bad when a family or a mom emails you and calls you all the time. You know, and there's a lot of families where it's I've had a lot of communication with these people and they've talked to me, emailed me a bunch, or I could name 10 moms off the top of my head who just call me all the time or email me.
Say their names first and last and their potential student.
I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it's either really good or really bad. But there are some families where I've been working with this family for all year, trying to get them to come to Cedarville, and then they cancel, and then they don't come. It's always it stings a little bit. I had one this morning.
Do you just Corey. Write back a really mean email to them?
Yeah. We kind of burn the bridge.
Yeah. Make sure that there's no chance their student will ever come to Cedarville.
Yeah. It's we didn't want you anyway.
Yeah, I feel that's a very good response.
I think so.
We didn't want you anyway. Mm-hmm. Good luck at the other school. They're not going to fit, but they won't be able to come back here because we don't want you.
Yeah, it's kind of thanks, but I hope you get bullied.
Yeah,
at the other school. So yeah, so it's been a lot of that this week.
Just a lot of appreciating and then just burning bridges.
Yep. So that's been fun. Starting fires, but this weekend my parents are coming into town. Santa Claus is coming to town too. No, just kidding. I don't know why I said that, but I guess
That's a little early for him. It's too warm. His sled won't run.
That's true. It'll just kind of get stuck in the grass.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet. What are the donkeys?
And it stays light too late.
What are the things? Reindeer? I bet the reindeer.
Donkeys.
Reindeer are sleeping probably.
Donkey. See, up in north, it's reindeer in a sleigh. When you get more southern, it becomes donkey and a wagon.
Yeah.
And then on the water, if you live on an island, it's you don't get presents. I couldn't think of a joke fast enough.
It's okay. Try again.
What is a trident and a dolphin? Man, I don't know.
Frick. Dang it, I can't get these sound effects right. It's been so long.
These producers.
But anyway, this weekend will be fun. It's graduation, as Ethan said. So I'll probably go to graduation. I have some pals.
Once wasn't enough for Mitchell.
Nope. I'll be in the audience, though. So it'll probably be my 3rd graduation at Cedarville. I've attended 4th total because I had some older siblings graduate.
How's it your 3rd?
I didn't go to Jay's, but I went to Jesse and Maddie's graduation.
But you said 3rd graduation, but 4th total. I don't understand that.
3rd that I would attend as an attendee. 4th that I would be in the room for, because I didn't really attend last year. I was in it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I get it. That makes sense.
My vernacular did not compute.
No, that makes sense. I get it.
So,
I see that you wouldn't count that as attending. Yeah. So I've attended 1, and I'm about to physically be at 2, but not attend 2.
Yeah, I see the flaws in what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. No, that'll be good. That'll be good. Next week, actually, I'm going to Pittsburgh, the city. Pittsburgh, Vermont, in case you're wondering. No, just kidding. Pennsylvania.
Why?
So I'm going on a mission trip.
Oh, yeah. Is that partnered with the Send Network?
I think it's North American Mission Board. NAMB. Yeah, so NAMB by Kendrick Lamar. You get it? No. Wasn't that good.
Did he make a song, NAMB?
This album.
Oh.
It's close.
It's like
it's
reverse,
close.
NAMAB.
Yeah,
NAMAD.
Except it's a N instead of B. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to see Josiah, Trout Joe.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be good.
That was gonna be my next question.
So, yep, hang out with Jim.
PGH is the abbreviation for that city.
Sounds
I don't know if that's
like
their airport code.
Sounds like you're going through it.
Airport code. Oh, their airport code is PIT.
Dang it. So anyway, Tim. You guys know Tim from episode 15-ish?
I have no idea.
He's about to be there, too. So, Tim and Namb and Jim and Josiah and Meeb. I'll be there. So that'll be good. Past week was good also. We had a leave, which is like a big event at Cedarville. So Ethan worked it. Oh, did he work? It's worked it.
It's a good time.
I attended. So you could say that it was my second one attended, but the 4th one that I've physically been at. So I don't know.
Wait, you were in part of 2 leaves?
Yeah, I was part of them.
You were part of 2 of them?
Yeah.
What was the first one you were part of?
Junior year and the senior year.
What were you in junior year? You were the act leader, right?
Music
talent director? And then but what was senior year? What were you?
Last year I just played drums.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to ask.
I was more
As I asked what you were in junior year, I realized I definitely remember you were that because that was my first year as lead or head, whatever, stage manager. This past year, I was rigging. It was pretty fun, honestly. Yeah, I got a lot of hours, which is sick.
That is crazy. Yeah, you called me. You're like, I've worked 30 hours in the past 24 hours or something.
And a total of I can pull up my phone.
How does that even work?
Where my phone went. I worked a lot of hours. But basically, I was in. So you remember the chandeliers?
Yeah.
So we had big chandeliers. So we had to put those up and down. We had a bunch of stuff like that. But it was honestly a great time. Let's see, I'm going to pull up my hours. But that's all I did. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday was just a leave, which was fun, but also kind of gave me a caffeine dependency in the 4 days. Because, low key, those past 4 days, those 4 days, I was drinking 2 Red Bulls a day, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't usually consume any caffeine. That's not, I don't know, I don't usually drink caffeine. And so, I woke up on Sunday, and I was just kind of chilling. I was like, man, I kind of got, a little headache here. I wonder what's going on here. And then I, had an energy drink at, noon. It, went away. And I was like, oh, no.
That's a bummer.
And then yesterday, same thing. I was like, boy, I'm craving an energy drink for some reason. And then, I had one. But today, I'm having a Coke. So I'm thinking if
you're weaning
I wean off of it, maybe it won't be as effective. So let's see. April, 30.
The episode where we wean.
Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wednesday.
Between those 4 days, I got 39 hours of work.
It's crazy.
It was honestly a ton of fun. I worked with this guy named Kelly, who is I don't know. He graduated like with Steve Brock, the lighting guy.
Really?
Yeah. And he comes back every leave basically and just like helps out because he like knows
Kelly.
production really, really,
I've
really
met him.
well. Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably have. If you've worked in a leave, you've met Kelly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So he was a ton of fun. I worked like literally just alongside him all the time that I was there. It was just like him and I, which is a ton of fun. I had a great time.
Awesome.
But yeah, finished that up. It was nice to have. It was our first to leave that I've been a part of that had no production errors.
Yeah. What's very smooth.
Yeah. We did have like some lights that like no one noticed, but we had some lights that like apparently had issues, but I didn't.
I saw a video of Brian. He like threw the light.
Oh yeah.
And it swung around and then smashed
Into the
chandelier.
chandelier. But that was before the show.
That was great.
Yeah, he was down there being like, you need to throw it harder. And then we had the chandeliers down because we were about to reset. And he's like, look this, and he's like chucked in, like slammed it into a chandelier.
Tim showed me that.
And we were just like, okay, well,
That was great.
thanks. But
That's funny.
yeah, I mean they're like cheap. They don't look like it, but they're just cheap, crappy little chandeliers.
Crispy.
They were not very nice. But I think that it'll be exciting to see. I don't know. I still stand by my opinion that the best looking Aleve had to have been the one you did.
Yes.
With the big ol' arch.
I thought that was sick too.
I just thought like for an event like that, I think that you need that sort of like theater look. Like we did that kind of with the curtains, but it wasn't as like defined. Like this is a new event happening in the chapel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the stage still kind of looked pretty much normal.
Yeah, it was fairly normal. The lights were cool, and I liked how they changed per song.
Yeah, that
was glad
was
about
something
that.
we tried to do because I mean the theme was illuminate.
Yeah, so that was dope. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was a lot of fun though, and I think it'll be good to see that.
yeah. Tim, talking about
Yeah,
Tim
shout out
again.
Tim.
He did the music directing role this year.
Very nice.
Crushed.
I knew one of the guys that was a script writer, or two of the guys that were script writers, which was cool.
Oh, fun.
But yeah,
Sick. Yeah, the bits were really funny too.
yeah. That was Brian Shupp
Okay.
and
I think I know those.
Jonathan Rathbun.
Sure.
Both those guys, super funny guys.
They did a good job.
And
Like
they did like a great job. I thought the Dr. White. Is this any? If you went to Cedarville, this is like an Aleve recap.
Sure.
Otherwise, this is like, what are they talking about?
that's fine. If they like us, they're gonna just listen to whatever
the
we
Dr.
say.
White Instagram bit was pretty good. I like that one. That was probably
That
my
was funny.
favorite one of the night.
It was funny.
I'd have to
because
say.
it was like obviously Cedarville related.
Yeah,
But even if you don't know what's going on, it was still funny.
it was still It reminded me a lot of SNL.
Yeah, I like the
Like-
camera work that was incorporated. in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
too.
To
There's a lot
push
of
in
that.
on the
There was even some of that later on with like some of the other bits. I don't remember, but
I don't remember either.
like the possum bit, I think had some of that camera work.
I was up in the rafters for that.
That one was cool too.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was fun. Last night was really fun. So I've talked about this briefly, but last year I went on the Transform tour.
Right.
We were on a tour bus for a whole month, and it was basically me, my Heart Song team, some of the other staff members at Cedarville, and then Dr. White and his family. And so last night we had a big 1 year reunion night.
Really?
So we had dinner, and then so Chris Massa, he's one of my friends. He was on the tour as the video guy, and he literally made a feature length movie almost about the trip. It was an hour and a half long of just footage from the trip in chronological order.
Oh my gosh.
So we just watched that together. It was really fun. So that was great. Got to relive some memes.
Was it the whole team and White, everyone who's involved basically?
It was everybody who's either on the bus. It was basically the bus team plus Dr. White and his family, except for Raw, because Raw's in Texas.
That adds up.
Sad. So everybody except for him. So his Heart Song team, plus Kaylee, Ari, Chris, plus the Whites. So yeah, we went to the White's house, had some Olive Garden catered, slapped, and then just
Very cool.
watched the movie. It was really fun. So yeah, good times were had by all.
What do you think about Olive Garden breadsticks. I feel like they're like Olive Garden breadsticks are the best breadsticks ever.
Yeah, I would say probably in my words, probably say, breadsticks ever. Probably is what I'd say.
Right. Yep.
So
I don't know, I feel like they're just kind of like chewy.
Oh, you don't like them that much?
I mean,
I think they're good.
I find them like adequate.
Here's my opinion on Olive Garden. My real opinion is that growing up, it was like fine dining.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
today, it is still like fine dining.
Oh,
I love it. I don't even care.
I think I've realized ever
It's
since
still
I've
great.
started dating Grace, there's like restaurants have changed in my opinion, where it's like I don't go to Chili's, Olive Garden. What is in that house of like just like Chili's, Olive
don't
Garden,
you dare talk bad about
Ruby
Cracker Barrel.
Tuesdays. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's the same kind
You
of.
could talk bad about Ruby Tuesday.
No,
I don't
like
care.
that whole Applebee's.
Does Red Robin fall into that?
Last time I went to Red. You're gonna hate this. Last time I went to Red Robin, my burger was straight up cold.
Ooh.
It was just like not good, and like everyone else at the table was like, bleh.
Which one was that?
Beaver Creek.
Yeah, it's iffy.
It was not great.
usually
So
good.
like, yeah,
It's usually good.
I would put that in the same camp too. But it's like those are not restaurants I'm taking Grace to. And I'm not saying we only go to the finest restaurants because like we'll go. I'd rather opt for like there's this place called Warped Wing.
Okay.
We went there last night and I got like a great sandwich and it was like cheap. And it was
So you'd
like,
rather
good.
go to like a local, cheaper place.
Yeah. Not even cheaper, just like a local place
Medium
that tends to be medium, like same price range
Like
kind of a thing.
$2 signs on Google Maps kind of thing.
2 to 3, yeah.
3?
4 we're getting risky. Because there's out of 5, right?
Oh, is it?
I thought it was out of 5.
I've never even been to like a 3 or 4. I don't think. Or
Well, I mean,
I've
like
been to a
if
3
it's
probably.
a big event, we'll go to like Coco's Bistro,
if I've
which
been
is
to a
like
4 before.
in Dayton, and that's probably like a 3.
Let me look
I took
this up.
Grace for our what's it called? I'll check that out.
Anniversary?
Yeah, no,
What's it called? Birthday?
nope. I believe it was Valentine's Day.
Oh, that makes sense.
We went to Sueños, or no, not Sueños. We went to Solar,
Okay.
and that one is rated as $3 signs. So that one was a lot.
How much was that per meal, roughly?
So like it was like a quick, like your entree was quick, like $30,
Okay, makes sense.
and it was like good. And I mean, it was like a very filling and like good portions, good food kind of a thing. But also, we're not gonna go out to a $3 sign for.
So you're more of
regular
a
dinner.
more of a 2.
I'm more
That's
of a 2
fair.
area.
I'm here for the 2.
Like Old Scratch
Oh, yeah.
pizza. Love
Is that a
Old
2?
Scratch. I don't know, but it's
Probably.
reasonable.
Oh, I went to a really good restaurant in Austin.
Old Scratch does a really good job with the crust.
Let me find this.
I think that's what they do well. Because I'll eat that entire pizza, and you just got an empty tray. That's all you got left. By the
Oh, that's
time
where
I'm
we
done
had
with
that one date last summer.
Who? You and I?
me.
We went to Old Scratch?
I think so. No, we did. No, we didn't.
When did we go to Old Scratch?
I got pizza. Was it in Columbus?
It was in Columbus, yeah. It was at
We went somewhere.
I think it was at Old North, or no, not Old North. I think it was
Short North?
Thurman's Bar and Grill.
Oh. Wherever we went, I got pizza. So. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, that was not Old Scratch. Oh, Thurman Cafe, I think.
Maybe.
Or no, that one's too ratchet.
Okay, 2.
It's right down the street from Thurman. Oh, South Village Grill. That's what it
Oh.
was. I like South Village Grill.
You know, big realization today. I'm big $2 sign guy on Google Maps.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect place to be, honestly. And I mean, like, Grace and I are as well, 2 to 1. That's where we like it. But like for a big event, we're not going to go to Old Scratch or, something like that. We'll go to like something nicer.
Sure.
And we have like restaurants that we're like, we want to go to, but we won't reasonably go to them for no reason. Like ones that are like $3 signs that
Yeah.
we're like, I'm not going to go there because we're hungry on a Friday night kind of a thing. That's the place for Old Scratch.
Sure.
Everything was closed yesterday.
Everything?
Literally, not okay. So basically, no, we tried to find dinner because I was like, I hadn't seen her for what felt like a really long time. And I had just worked. Yeah, this is me building a story,
Building suspense.
something like that. I feel like I hadn't seen her in a while. That one kind of fit.
I actually got Keep going.
But I felt like I hadn't seen her in a while. And then I had just worked all those hours for a leave. And as well as I had a bunch of work shifts for Lowe's. And so I was like, we got money coming in. Let's go to dinner. And so we like looked at like all these different places. We were like Old Scratch. All of them were closed in our area. We looked at there was another one that we wanted to go to that was also closed.
White Castle.
It's probably closed. We don't go to White Castle. I've
Long
been to
John
White
Silver's.
Castle once. I went there once after a band Camino concert,
Sounds terrible.
and it was just so mid.
It's bad.
It wasn't bad. It was just like, eh.
Eh.
Well, actually, I got mozzarella sticks there one time because I needed to go to the bathroom, and you couldn't use their bathroom unless you bought something.
Freaking White Castle.
And so I got mozzarella sticks and then used their bathroom.
Spell that word.
MOTZELLAZIISSIPPI.
Nice.
Mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella?
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 That feels like a fake word. Did you just make that up?
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella?
Oh, it's mozzarella, technically.
Mozzarella. What? Well,
Spelled, it's mozzarella.
yeah.
I went to an authentic Italian Easter dinner
Oui.
with Nick Tiramarides' family my sophomore year.
Oh.
This is going somewhere. And they're like it's like an Italian cheese, mozzarella is, and they have this stuff called wet mozz, which is wet mozzarella, and it's basically like, yeah, it comes in like this bag, and it's just sitting in liquid, and they like cut off little slices of it, and they have this other cheese too, and the grandpa was just chowing down on this cheese. And then
It's like a stress ball. Just like,
well, no, they like cut it up, but it was weird to see it cut it up too because it's like kind of liquidy.
like
It was
dense.
like it was like a sponge kind of a thing. So either way, we were there, and he was like, "Yo, try this cheese that he had just been eating, kind of like the all afternoon." And I was like, "All right, let's try it out." And so it tasted like feet. It tasted terrible.
Yikes.
And he was just eating it like normally.
Well, he served in the war, so
Yeah, probably.
lived through the Depression.
Well, no, he was a fire chief of like some what are they called? District, a borough in New York, because it was out in New Jersey. So this was like authentic Italian weekend. We had bagels from New York. We went to New York City. We had a New York Italian style dinner for Easter. A whole big thing. It was really
Hey,
good.
Jesus talked like this.
Hey,
He said, "I know it's been 3 days, but I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm out of here.
What are we doing here? Yeah,
Hey.
go tell Gino and the brothers.
I'm resurrecting here."
Hey, that's sacrilege. Is that sacrilege?
No,
Jesus was technically not white.
he wasn't white.
Are Italians white?
Ah.
Hit or miss.
Okay.
But I don't think I get on the mozzarella train. Oh, never mind. But yeah, that's I want to. I feel like I've been talking a lot this episode. Do you want to say something?
Sure.
I just feel like I've been dominating with, I don't know, words.
Can I give a quick rant?
Only if I can after.
Okay.
Okay, deal.
Rant for a rant.
Let's go.
I want to talk about the naysayers against worship music sounding
Just in
generic.
general. Oh,
So this is just my opinion, but I did go to school for this, so I feel like I have at least a little bit of a say. There's a lot of riffraff, so to speak, in the community about worship music sounding generic and why that's a really bad thing, and how it all sounds the same and church music is boring. And here's my case against that. One, worship music in its core is meant to be played in the local church for congregations to sing. And so, therefore, in order to be really effective, it probably needs to be a pretty simple melody, pretty simple song to sing. Two, on the other hand, this is something that I feel like a lot of people probably don't think about as much. While a lot of these songs are coming out of big churches with professional musicians and, whatever, people who a lot of it is their job, they probably have multiple worship leaders on staff. Most churches that are playing these songs are the frickin' First United Methodist Church of Gary, Indiana, or whatever.
yeah.
Where you need the mechanic who's playing bass and the mom of 7 who's singing to like be able to play the song on a Thursday night and then come Sunday morning and do it.
Yeah.
You know? So that's my case against worship music needs to sound different.
Like, what do you want from worship? Do you want Bon Iver leading worship?
Probably.
Or like Death Grips?
I don't know.
Like what? I always find that argument so weird. Like
probably Death Grips actually. I like that.
Yeah. Well, no. Have you heard their music? It's just like a very like I don't know, like that complaint of worship music sounds so corporate or so like basic. It's like, okay, what do you want? What do you want instead of that? Do you want complex, confusing rhythms and weird time signatures and weird key changes? Like
I don't know.
Because then your complaint's going to be, I can't sing along with the songs in church. Yeah. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I think it's a tricky thing because we all have different opinions, and I think I don't know, people just complain about it. I don't know if it's real, but one thing...
Where do you see these complaints?
I feel like I hear them. I mean, in the worship world, but also like, Instagram comments, which are never going to be a good place to go. But,
yeah.
Even like... I won't call it out, but I was listening to a different podcast. This is kind of on the other side, where I feel like people can complain about it being generic. But then if it's any amount of non-generic, people also complain about it or like make fun of it. You know the song Christ Be Magnified?
Yeah.
Great song. It uses the word articulate. And I was listening to a podcast. I'm not going to call them out. Great podcast. But they were making fun of this worship song for having the word articulate in it. And so... if you are generic, you're going to be ridiculed for being boring. If you cross the line at all, you're going to be made fun of. Was
the same podcast also making like complaints about boring worship music?
Yeah.
No way, really?
Like how there's not enough creativity in the lyrics or the melodies.
Wait, was this the same episode that said both these things?
Maybe.
This
was a while back. This was a while back, but...
So they said the worship music's too boring and the lyrics are lame. And then also, why did they use the word articulate? They should have just said talky.
Yeah. And to be fair, it's like a funny podcast, so they're probably just joking about it. But it's like, there's probably somewhere in there where it's like,
That's so weird.
So, yeah, here's my case. Don't bash it for being generic because it kind of needs to be.
It was designed to be.
Because of what it is.
Yeah.
I give you permission to bash K-Love for being generic.
And I think that's different too, because it's like,
need to be.
That's not necessarily the music's fault. Yeah. That's the DJ's fault for playing This Is Amazing Grace followed by, what's that one song? I Can Only Imagine followed by This Is Amazing Grace followed by I Can Only Imagine.
I Can Only Imagine goes so hard though.
Yeah, but it's like, you don't need to play it 1,000 times.
It's a great song. Anyway.
And at the same time though, it is radio. That's what radio does.
But I also see... and this is Instagram comments again. So you can't really... you have to take this with a lump of salt.
Heavy grain of salt.
A mountain of salt. Mucho sodium. But there is a lot of good worship music out there. Or Christian music or whatever. But you probably just need to click... instead of clicking once on Spotify on the Praise Now playlist, you probably have to click 3 times to find an artist that is making really creative stuff. So
I think it's fine to listen, like...
that's my plug.
I think it's fine to create creative music, like with worship too, for like private listening.
Sure.
Like, it doesn't have to be done in churches. I think the only place that complaint breaks down is like if you're like, we need to be doing more creative American music in churches,
Yeah, and you gotta know your congregation.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's just my quick rant. It's not much of a rant. I didn't really get mad, but
have you ever been in a like started hearing a song, or at a church service, and then you like didn't know the song and you're like trying to learn it?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's like you can usually figure it out pretty quick if it's like a normally written song where it's like, okay, I got the general idea of where this goes, like musically.
Yeah.
And then they have the lyrics on the screen, so.
Yeah. So, anyway, also, there is a time and a place for, like I said, creative music. And I'm a person who really appreciates like a really fun or creative or different song within the church, but I also understand there's usually not a place for it. So, but this is not me saying that you can't be creative at church.
No.
But You just kind of have to serve the room well in the
Yeah.
congregation.
Because that is
So-
your role as a leader, is to serve.
Yeah. But anyway, if you're looking for some, I'm just going to give a good list of a few worship artists.
I'm going to guess, is La Vista Worship, is that on there?
They're good.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that on your list?
I'm literally looking on my Christian mix on Spotify and just reading off artists. Riders, Jonathan Ogden, The Porter's Gate, John Jin Han, Gable Price and Friends. They don't always make Christian music, but similar.
They don't?
I mean, it's not like always explicitly about Jesus,
That's true.
which is okay.
It's like John Mark McMillan.
Which is okay. It's an okay
John
thing
Mark
to do.
McMillan. I'm going to throw him in there too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Alyssa
goodness.
Smith, Ollie, Local Sound. It's great stuff.
Oh, yeah. They did the, oh, man, the 1975 version of
Yeah.
Shout to the Lord.
Yeah. Antoine Bradford, which, by the way, my sister-in-law, Carissa, has designed a bunch of his album covers recently. Which is sick. Obviously, King's Kaleidoscope. Anyway, there's just a bunch. So there's my quick rant. Please, I want you guys to think about, but if you're going to complain about this, it's okay to have those thoughts. Maybe, there's a lot of worship songs where it's like, this is kind of generic. But when that happens, think about the words that you're singing. This is what my time on Heart Song has ingrained in me. Because we sing the same 10 songs over and over, sometimes multiple times in a rehearsal, like 6 times in a row. And it's like, okay, what do you do when you know the words and it's boring? You just think about the words again. So anyway, and if
I
you
would
don't
do that, but I would also, as like the sound guy, you can like solo out individual instruments and then like listen for like things I might not have heard before.
that's true.
which is like really fun. Because
Start
I'm,
listening
like,
for the parts.
like the bass line.
That's fun
The bass
too.
line is always really interesting.
That's
to find
really
that
fun.
and be like,
Yeah.
oh. And then all you sound people out there, do that. If your song does one church over and over and over again, and you're sick of it, start soloing out different parts of it and then mix those in.
Yeah.
Let those have a feature. Maybe your EQ isn't right where it's not letting through what it should. And maybe you could, I don't know, I would do that sometimes with those songs. Sam Alex on the bass definitely got some shout outs
Sam.
throughout different songs because I was like, that's a cool bass line. And I'm the one in charge of the sound here, so everyone's going to hear it now. Or feel
Respect.
it for that matter.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, you can also just use your ears. And if you like look at a specific instrument, you can probably kind of
Yes.
hear a little bit louder. That's pretty cool.
oh
too.
yeah, I thought you were saying guess who it is.
Well, I mean, like if
What's
you're
like-
in a church and you're kind of like,
Yeah.
and that's fun too, because they are putting a lot of effort and worship, honestly, into playing their instrument. Or even like I like to try to pick out harmonies, which is really hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun. Like if there's
Especially
3
when the sound
singers,
guys got
they're
'em, like,
singing all
buried.
different things.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just some fun ideas. So that was my rant. I'll probably have some more thoughts, but I was just thinking about that. Just there's a lot of complaining on the internet. There's a lot of getting mad at people. I think people like to just get mad and create strife. So
It's the best selling pieces of media of all time are
yeah,
selling anger and outrage.
kind of sad. Here's my encouragement to not do that. And if you're going to complain about something,
I thought you were going to play a sound effect.
and if you're going to complain about one more thing, no. If you're going to, if you can do anything to change it, also try to do that.
Then do that, yeah.
And
Also a
often
heart
that
song.
starts with your attitude.
Also a heart song.
Facts.
Bits there.
Yeah. Don't look around for somebody else to do it. Unless it's not your job, then like you can. But
There's no such thing as it's not my job though.
well, I
Isn't
guess
it?
for a heart song, if you're just like a guy
Yeah,
who's
if you're
visiting
just
a
a-
church, don't
I
go
wouldn't go
unplug.
behind the sound booth and
unplug some
start
cables.
changing the mix because the drums are too loud.
It's too loud. Anyway, what were you going to talk about?
Not the same topic at all. The Boston Bruins.
Go Dogs. Sorry, Lions. Go Lions.
I don't know what to say about the Boston Bruins that hasn't already been said elsewhere. The best regular season team in NHL history. Those of you on my close friends story probably saw I posted a picture of, I think, Shane Gillis with a gun in his mouth and a Bruins logo.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
The Bruins had a 3. So the Stanley Cup playoffs are going on right now. And it's best of 7, and there's multiple rounds. And then in the first round, the Bruins are matched up with the Florida Panthers. We went on a 3-1 lead in the series. So 4 total games, but then there's still 3 left. 3-1 lead. We went on to lose every of the last 3 to get knocked out in the first round.
Yikes.
As the best favored team, the best team in NHL history.
History?
Yeah, we had the most wins in NHL
Bruins?
history. The Boston Bruins
Really?
of 2022-2023, Boston Bruins had
That's
the best
crazy.
season in NHL history.
Almost
and we
perfect.
lost in the first round.
That's crazy.
And I think it put me in a position where I was sitting there Sunday night and I watched Tkachuk, I think is who it was. I think he scored the final goal. Put that goal in, and I just kind of sat there because I was like, that's it for the season. Like, the Bruins are done now. 1 goal, and that was it. And then also, it's like we don't have like, I won't be seeing, because I care about other hockey teams, but I don't really care. You know, it's like I'll watch because I'm like, oh, interested in what happens here.
Sure.
But realistically, it's like it doesn't matter, and so I probably won't watch any. Like, hockey's done for me before May even starts because it was Sunday night. And that's so weird because, like, I'm used to watching the Bruins at least until mid-May.
When's the season? Like, technically?
Usually the finals, like the Stanley Cup finals, are happening in, like, June.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
Yeah.
Hockey season was, like, now.
pretty long.
Wait,
It's
when
on
does
right
it
now.
start?
October. It's like October to June.
Oh,
if
my
you
gosh.
if you make it into the playoffs. If you don't make it into the playoffs,
I
you're
didn't know it was
done.
that long. That makes
You're done
sense.
in early April if you don't make it in the playoffs.
Wow.
But if you do, it's October to, like, June.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a long season. So I don't know what else to say about it. It's just I just wanted to share. It's just the most insane choke job. Weird decisions on coaching to take we have 2 great goalies. They won. One of them is a Vezina winner, which is like the goalie award, and they're both recipients of the Jennings Trophy, which is basically the best tandem in sports, and they're the first and second best goalies, I think, in the league, or they're very high up there. Both of them are.
Wow.
And what we had been doing in the past was, like, they would play, like, so it's Olmark and Swayman. They would do, like, 2 games of Olmark and then, like, a game of Swayman and then, like, a game of Olmark, Swayman. So they'd alternate. But then for some reason, the series were like, no, we're just going to play Olmark only. We didn't play Swayman until the last game.
Really?
Game 7, we didn't play him. And it's like, so you're stuck in this predicament where game 6 ends and you lose, and you go, we have a goalie who's injured because Olmark was, like, not doing great and he was a little bit hurt, and a goalie who's cold as our options for game 7, win or go home.
Say he's cold.
Yeah. What?
It's hockey.
Oh, I see. So it's like you're stuck with those 2 options. Like, what are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
There isn't a good option on the table
Lose,
here.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. And so it's like we're stuck here with having to make that decision. And so we decided on Swayman, which was like a good call. He did a very good job that game. And then they actually went up 2-1. And then the Bruins came back and made it 3-2. And so we're in the lead. And then with 1 minute left, they score to make it 3-3 and push into overtime. Hockey overtime is sudden death, meaning next goal wins, basically, no matter what. And it just, it's brutal. Because you're sitting there watching the game and you're like, you have these chances. And there's this one chance by Pasternak to end it all. He's a Bruins player, Pasternak. He shoots the puck, beats the goalie, and like the back of the goalie's stick just like happened to be sticking out at just the right place.
No way.
The puck ran into the stick and bounced out and didn't go in. And then, they went on and scored. And it was just, the hard thing too was like, I kind of felt it before the game even started. I was like, I don't think we're winning tonight. I really don't. To the point where I actually put in a bet on the Panthers to win as an emotional hedge.
No.
But it kind of worked.
So that's like no matter what, you're happy?
That was what my head was telling me. It's like, hey.
Is that what emotional hedge means?
Yeah. Basically, like, hedging something is to be like, if either outcome happens, I'll be okay.
Wow.
An emotional hedge would be like, if the Bruins win, I don't even care that I lost that bet. If they lose, I still have some money coming in. And I actually parlayed it with the Kraken to win, who are also underdogs for the Kraken Avalanche game, at like plus 700. And then I used a free bet that they gave me. And so it kind of worked at the end of the day because I made like $70.
Was that the grocery store money?
Yeah. And then I used that money to buy groceries.
For your
And I'm about to
breakfast?
go pay for my gas with it too. So shout out that, I guess. But it's still, even though they won, I was still just kind of like sitting. You turn off the TV and you sit there and just like staring at yourself in the reflection of the TV, like, oh my goodness. And then I don't know if you've ever had, I don't know. Sports fandom's a weird thing where after that loss, I had people reaching out to me like Joseph reaches, and it's not like a sad thing. Like now it's like, it's sports, it's dumb, whatever. But it's funny when you lose something in that fashion. Like Joseph reached out, I was like, how you doing, man? Oh. And just like people reaching out, so knowing that you're like not going to be doing okay after that one. And it's like, they're not like legitimately concerned. I mean, they might be, but it's like, I'm not legitimately in danger of myself or anything. It's just like,
great.
When you're a fan of a sport and you lose in a dramatic fashion like that, people, at least fellas, just will like reach out and be like, hey man, you doing okay? So I check in with those you love. And then also if they lose a big game, do that also.
I need to keep more up with the Bruins. I didn't even.
Well, I don't have to now. That's it.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. It was just like, I mean, it was funny too. My family group chat, we're all Bruins fans, obviously. But all of us were like throughout the whole game, just like, we're doing okay. Stay chill. It's okay. We'll be okay. And we're also like highly like superstitious, low key. So like we believe what we're wearing will cause a difference in the game. So like we lost game 6 in dramatic fashion as well, an overtime loss. And then my sister texted the group chat and was like, sorry guys, that's my bad. I was wearing a Bruins jersey. Oh. And every time I wear that Bruins jersey, we seem to lose. So not going to happen again. Sorry.
How could she do this?
I know, right? And I was like, no way. I thought it was just me. Because
Foster, knock it off.
I remember when I don't know if you ever, when we watched Ohio State football.
Yeah.
My hat, where I would like, take it off, put it back on, or like clothing. I would change what I'm wearing based on how the boys are playing. Same thing with hockey. And so at near the end of the game, it was like late in the third and we were still up 3-2. And then I was like, I texted the family. I was like, I just went to go try to put a sweatshirt on, but based on how we're playing right now, I don't want to change the vibes. So I'm just going to sit here and be chilly. And then Katie's like, yeah, same here. I'm actually really hot and I want to take my sweatshirt off. I'm not going to change a thing.
That's awesome.
And so regulation ends and then overtime is about to start. And then Katie goes like, what are we doing with the sweatshirts? And I was like, we're in a really hard position because it's like, okay, the sweatshirts both got us in the lead, but we got tied up. But we were the first ones to like get in that extension kind of a thing. So maybe I think we should just stay in them. And we did.
That's when you crop top it.
I know, maybe that would have worked, like taking them half off.
Maybe
like take one sleeve off.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it didn't work either way. And then the last thing.
Sad.
It puts you in a hard place too, because you don't want to see, I don't want to see Florida win another game ever.
Of course.
But at the same time, I want them to go deep into the cup run, because if the Bruins get blown out or lose in 7 to a team that gets swept next round, that looks even worse for the Bruins, because like they weren't even good. What were you guys doing? And at the same time, the season's already a pretty colossal failure. And so it's like, you can't take any more L's than that. And I'm pretty sure the same thing happened when the Blue Jackets beat the Lightning back in 20, I think it was like 18. Same thing happened there where the Blue Jackets or the Lightning set like a record for like the best season all time, and then got lost. Like I think they got swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets, who were like wild card 1. So that's all I have on the Bruins. Round 1 just finished Monday night, and as of Tuesday today, I believe we have games, and we're starting up round 2.
Okay.
No, we do not have games today, but we do tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, no, we do.
Oh.
We have Florida and Toronto, first game tonight. I will not be watching that because I have work, but I'll be thinking about it.
It's good.
If there's a way both teams could lose, that would be great. I don't like Toronto.
Big enough earthquake?
Yep. I don't want any death, though. I just want, like...
stomach bug.
That's not a bad idea.
But, like, mild.
Maybe they just keep it 0-0 the entire game, and then through, like, all the overtimes until the refs are just finally like, you know what? Nobody wins. Tie. Yeah. Retry.
I'm thinking all of the players and the coaches and the fans and the janitors just forget it's happening.
That's good.
Nobody shows
up. That also would be... Except, like, the TV crews still do show up.
Yeah.
They're just like broadcasting
Just kinda panning,
blank ice. The lights aren't even on.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, welcome back, everyone." But yeah, so last night ended the Rangers versus the Devils series, which means we're starting up probably tomorrow night with Devils versus the Hurricanes, and then up north we have Panthers and Toronto, and then we have Seattle versus
go Bucks.
Dallas. I think Seattle's going to be my new team. I think I'm going to watch Seattle.
What is their team name?
The Kraken? Kind of a dumb name.
Oh.
And their mascot is even dumber, but oh well.
Like a saltine?
No.
Saltine Kraken?
I think it's a goblin. Or like a troll.
He ask you some riddles or something?
Yeah, you can't get into the stadium unless you answer the riddles of the troll.
Hockey game of periods 3.
What is the name of me?
No, the Kraken, of course.
Nope, it's Bowie.
Bowie, of course. Respect. All right, show the camera. Show the camera.
Oh, yeah, shoot. I'll make it bigger. I'll change a different picture, too. It looks really weird. I hate it. It's a very Seattle look, though, to be honest. Seattle's kind of an odd area. Oh, shoot.
You got this.
Not very good at. There we go. That is the Kraken. Or the Bowie.
That's
horrendous. I hate it.
He looks like a furry.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that on the internet?
I don't think anyone likes him.
Yeah, cool.
That's a people group of which no one cares. I know. I'm a Cleveland Guardians fan now too. Baseball season's happening. The hard thing is there's 168 baseball games in a season.
Yeah, we need to go to a Reds game or a Guardians game.
Yeah,
it's farther away.
I would go.
I would love,
but
to
it's
go to a
just
Reds
dumb because it's like that's way too many games. The games right now don't feel like they mean anything.
It's a lot to keep track of.
And it's like hockey is close to that too, where it's like a lot of the early season games I didn't really watch, but I don't know. There's nothing quite like college football as far as like 12 game seasons that determine if you get to go to the playoffs.
Makes sense.
So
makes sense.
That's all for sports talk.
It's only one of those a year.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like is that on NBC or?
It's in Pan Am. It's in like District 1.
Okay.
Or the Capital or whatever.
Can I like pirate it anywhere?
Maybe.
I'd love to watch.
It's like the Olympics kind of, but everybody dies. Well, except for one guy.
I can't get any like live wagers on that either. I'd bet on.
I would feel weird. I mean,
you seen Steve Davidson, I think, from District 4. I think he's got a good look at.
Yeah.
Good look at getting into at least second round.
I think so. I don't like getting too emotionally attached to these people.
No. I don't even look at their faces. I just look at their stats.
They're donezo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And betting is iffy because, like, it's like you're hoping that they're
winning, yeah.
Well,
but also it's like you're hoping other people die.
Yeah.
So that's probably why a lot of sports books don't carry that.
Yeah. It's crazy that it's still happening.
It is really odd. I would have thought at some point we would have figured out a way to not have to fight for food, but
guess not.
I'm just glad we're District 8.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, our guy has consistently won. I'm drinking a cold Coke and I had a grilled cheese for lunch, you know? It's never been a problem for us.
Fine.
You know, District 8. Doping scandals, be quiet. You know, he might be, but like, what are you going to do about it?
It's funnier to watch when they're on roids anyway.
Yeah, I think so too. You see like a District 1 representative just getting chucked into a tree. Yo, District 1 hasn't had food for years, bro.
They suck.
And that is what life would be like if it still was happening.
And scene.
Yep.
Bring roids back to baseball.
I think so.
I've heard so many people with this take, and I agree.
I think so too.
So
I would love to watch more just like bombs getting hit. Oh. The only hard thing is like you can't be openly okay with it because it does wreak havoc on your body. Like it will ruin you as a person and your body. So it's like, you know, the league can't be like, hey, go for it. But they could turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
They could like stop testing very quietly.
Let's say if you don't think about it too much, then go for it.
And I think too, where it's like the only arguments against it that I get are like, one, yeah, it's bad for you. Two, if everyone's doing it, then you have to do it. And if you don't want to do it, then you won't be very good compared to the other people who are on steroids. Yeah. And then you're like, well, now you've basically become a league where it's like required to do steroids.
Was that kind of how it was back in the day? Because there's some
I don't know.
people-
I think it was more of an availability thing.
I forget who, like Sammy Sosa or whatever.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was knocking him out of the park.
But it's like I think that it was hard to come by kind of back then, and now it's become a lot easier to come by. So I don't know if I can condone open steroid use in the diamond.
Dude,
That's what they call baseball fields.
steroids are expensive, right? Like really expensive.
I've never used them. You couldn't tell by looking at me, but I'm natural.
No chance.
Yep. How much is it? How
Well,
much is a steroid?
I don't want to say because it's a lot cheaper online than I thought it would be. So just
look it
guess.
I'm gonna go with for a little vial of we'll say Tren. I'll do like $150.
Sounds about right, according
Okay.
to my research. I thought it was like thousands of dollars, so I guess I feel like an idiot now.
Oh my goodness, Trenbolone is $90 to $130 per 10 milliliter vial.
I don't know how much 10 milliliters will get you.
I mean
It's not a big latte. So how
that's crazy.
many milliliters in an ounce?
You can just buy it online.
I don't. One
It's
one
crazy.
ounce equals how many milliliters?
Holy cow!
29.
You can get 100. No wait, 10. That's crazy. I would not inject anything into me that you can just buy online.
Yeah.
That is an insane move.
So you said how much for 10 milliliters?
Well, about 70 to 100, or 90 to 130. I'm not super sure.
So like 100. So let me do my math correct. Divided by 10.
You remember how like it was insane to believe that you could bet on sports like a couple years ago?
Yeah.
And now they have like DraftKings and like FanDuel ads in like in the ballpark.
Ohio.
Imagine Ohio, are you ready? Get in the game with. Oh my goodness, I hate those ads.
Those ads, okay,
They're just way too much.
podcast people who actually get sponsors, please stop doing this. I'm assuming it's a marketing thing where their podcast will be like just start talking kind of at a medium level. And then I'll be the ad.
I mean, I just think it'll be interesting to see in the future if they start having like steroid ads.
Ohio, welcome to DraftKings football. It's
Wait,
like so much louder.
They don't record them themselves?
No, sometimes they have like other
Oh.
other ones just kind of injected, no pun intended, in there.
That's interesting. I usually see those ads on like when I'm watching sports.
I don't watch sports. So.
Yeah, that would do it. No, I'll see them, and it kind of annoys me because I'm like, dude, I'm already on it. Like, I'm already playing your silly little game.
Yeah. Can we talk about this? I was thinking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
How effective are advertisements like that? Are they effective?
I feel like after the first couple runs, they got to be declining in efficacy because you've already got the people who are already on it, and the only ones that got me were like the one that got me onto not. This sounds like it's an addiction. It's not. I can stop whenever I want.
Got your fix?
Yeah, right. No, the one that like made me kind of go for it was like this. I think it was like BetMGM was like, if you sign up, we'll give you $200, and I was like, okay.
So that worked.
Yeah, because I was like, that's free money, and then if I win anything, then I can just keep playing with that, and that's all I've done. I put $0 of my own money, and I just took that promo bet.
Nice.
And then I took that and rolled it into DraftKings, who said, hey, we'll match your deposit,
No way.
whatever your deposit is. So I took it out of MGM and then put it into DraftKings, bet up that, and then FanDuel had the same promo of we'll match your deposit.
way.
Took it out of that, put it in there, and so I'm up pretty big, honestly.
That's funny.
And it's I can buy groceries with it or gas or whatever, and it transfers to your Venmo like really quick. So it's like a little added. It's like my cushion where it's like if I ever am like, ooh, I'm gonna need some quick cash.
Respect.
That's what I use.
Respect.
That's my gambling money.
I got it. Well, my thought on ads, I watch a lot of YouTube, and there's always stupid ads. Here's my thought. If it's something that I haven't really heard of, or even if I'd be vaguely interested, I'm usually just annoyed that it exists. And then I saw one yesterday. It was like a Target ad, and it was a bunch of like the Good and Gather stuff. So their sparkling water, their cleaning supplies, literally stuff that I use on a daily basis. And I was mad because I'm like, I already use this, so I don't even need to see this. So either way, I was kind of annoyed by it.
I don't think anyone likes ads.
So my question is, I'm assuming it's got to be worth it because they're spending so much money on advertising. You look at these companies spending millions, billions of dollars on advertising.
Yeah.
It's got to be rolling in a lot of customers.
Well, what about something like the Burger King ad? Remember the Burger King ad that everyone hated?
Never got me to go to Burger King.
I know. That's what I was just wondering. Like, do you think they knew everyone hated it and we're like, we'll just keep running it because we've seen an increase in people going to Burger King?
If 1 out of 100 people that sees it goes to Burger King, it's worth it.
Not
I guess.
really.
Well,
I guess if you get it in front of an audience, like
I wonder
for
what
Super Bowls,
I wonder what the threshold is there.
I don't know. There's got to be some guy doing math in a back room.
It's
With
fascinating.
his stupid little glasses and pocket protector, being like, if we get out this many people, we can do.
Technically, if you
Yeah.
I like marketing. I think I would be really interested in doing marketing.
Miss me with that.
In theory, it seems very fascinating because when it's done really well, you're just eating ice.
Yeah.
When it's done really well, it's very fascinating. Trying to think of
Who's a
people
great
who've-
marketing?
I feel like maybe iffy, but I feel like Apple's really good at marketing. They make me want to actually buy their stuff. There's been a lot of like good Super Bowl commercials. Recently, they've been lacking. I feel like Doritos back in the day when I was like a tween boy, Doritos ads would get me.
Well, that's who's targeted at.
Yeah, and they did a great job.
Yeah.
Bud Light always had the good ads too, and they weren't actually about Bud Light. It was like dogs and horses running around. Do you remember that? And
It was
then
Budweiser. It was the horses.
Budweiser. I don't care. The dog.
Bud Light had that good one that was like Real Men of Genius.
Yeah, whatever.
Those
were
funny.
always good. I'm trying to remember other, but for the most part, marketing kind of sucks.
I would agree.
But you look at the companies and they're spending like a chunk of their budget on marketing, so it's obviously got to be working.
Yeah.
I'm just curious how effective.
I wonder if it's less of.
Nice.
I wonder if it's less of like they're like we need to drive up business and more of like we just need to be more popular than our next lowest competitor on the TV.
It's probably part of it.
Like I wonder if it's like McDonald's runs their ads because Burger King all of a sudden started investing in their ads. Where so now McDonald's like, well, we got to at least look like we're bigger. I mean, we might not drive a business, but we just need to look. So like they're fighting with each other over ad space, and then their general population's like, dude, stop! I don't want to see.
Hear me out. It's the steroids of companies. Because if you're not doing it, then you're falling short.
Yeah.
But if you do it too much,
You're ruining your brand. I would agree.
So
You ever seen
I'll go for it.
You ever seen I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
You remember IHOB?
Yeah, that was weird.
IHOP was IHOB. That was kind of funny, but it also didn't ever make me. I've never been there,
No.
and rebranding it as a burger place making me want it less.
Yeah.
Because in my head, at least usually, if you show me like a photo of a pancake versus a burger, pancake sounds more appealing.
I
even
think
though
if
burgers
they
are
had done like IHOC, International House of Crepes,
oh, that'd be cool.
that would have been a better because it still stays in the breakfast realm.
Yeah.
And it stops making people think about dinner food or lunch food when you're thinking about.
I like it.
Was that part of that branding to be like, hey, we have lunch now?
I don't even know if they ever did. Maybe for a few days. I mean, probably. Part of it was probably just get people to talk about it, which is working. We are like 10 years later or whatever, 7 years later.
10 years ago?
I don't know. Let's find out. It was probably when I was in high school.
I don't even know.
Let's see. IHOB.
I was talking to
campaign.
Grace about this last night because I was watching Sports Center trying to get recaps on the.
It's like
on
4
the-
years ago.
Oh, really?
Life is short.
I was watching recaps trying to get on the Bruins recaps, and I was like, you ever think how weird ads are? Just like they enter, like they just are like, we're going to go to ads now. And you're like, okay. And you just sit there like waiting for the ads to be done. Like, and we all just are so normal and used to it now where it's like, like if I'm watching a hockey game, it'd be like, ads come on. Oh, okay. I'll go do something else. But it's like, why are we doing this? I don't know. And then when you think about it, each one is literally, I don't know. If you start thinking too much about ads, it gets weird because you're like, these are all just being like, you should buy this, 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 you should buy this.
We're
Anyways,
sold
back to the
so many
sports.
things.
And then on the sports, it's all over the arena.
Ads.
Ads. What's on the sidewalls? Ads. What's on the jerseys? Ads. And there's just more.
What's
You
on
should
the
buy.
players?
You should buy. You should
Abs.
buy. You should buy. It's crazy. Yeah. Matthew Tkachuk with DraftKings tattooed on his forehead. They should do that.
What are you going to be on Saturday, grads?
Grad.
Yep. So IHOP's
Not
campaign.
going to be sad. What are you not going to be on Saturday? Sad. What?
So IHOP's campaign, apparently it was good. It increased their burger sellage by 4 times. So they did a good job.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look up some of the best ad campaigns. I've
Did
seen
you
a
know-
few other really good ones.
Apparently, Cracker Barrel has like mimosas and like alcoholic drinks now.
As of when?
I don't know. They were talking about it in the van on the way to one of our things. They were like, "Yo, we should go to Cracker Barrel," and someone's like, "Yeah, get some mimosas," and everyone's like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, apparently they have them now."
Wow.
I feel like that's the last thing they were missing.
I guess.
Like low key. I mean, they had everything else for breakfast except for that.
Dude, Cracker Barrel breakfast is so good.
It is very good.
Taste the Rainbow ad
Skittles,
campaign.
yeah.
Did a good job.
Was that for like?
Just Do It, I guess, is technically an ad campaign. Pretty good.
Was like Taste the Rainbow? No, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they have orange, strawberry, peach, strawberry, orange, strawberry, peach, orange. They just listed the same kind of mimosa like 1,000 times. Oh, mixed.
They only have 2, but
Which
they
is
make
strawberry
it look like
/
they have like 20.
orange, and then peach. My goodness.
It's like Taco Bell, but instead of 4 ingredients,
Yeah,
they have
right.
2. Old Spice, the man your man could smell like. Great campaign.
I did not know that was their thing.
That was bad.
I don't think that's.
They,
I think it's. Oh man.
Doing Old Spice?
Oh yeah.
Close. That's close. Where's the beef?
Arby's. We have
the meats.
I'm trying to think of other ones. Let me think. Subaru Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Is that one of them?
I don't know it.
Built Ford Tough.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's in the name. I guess it doesn't.
I don't know. It's an interesting.
What's your least favorite ad campaign?
Most of them are terrible.
Yep.
I would say most. I don't know. It's tricky because generic ads are safe, but most generic ads are just like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Obviously, the ones that actually were creative were the ones that either usually succeeded or failed. So I would say try to be more creative with them.
Just like the worship music in the church. Be more creative.
Facts. But also serve the company well.
Serve your consumers well.
What's also interesting is just think about like insurance companies because they don't really have anything to actually tangibly
Sell.
advertise. So then they
Yeah.
have a lizard and a
And stupid Flow, dude.
Flow
I hate
and-
Flow.
oh, you know which one I don't like is the new one. It's Samsung where it's like you can trade in any Samsung Galaxy for like a new one, and it's the guy who's like taking a picture of like his girlfriend in a store, and the lady's like, "Oh, I like your throwback Samsung." He's like, "Oh, thanks." And then she's like, "You can actually trade that in to get a new one in any condition." And then he drops it, and then she's like, "Even that condition, that one sucks."
It's the worst.
Because that's not a real scenario.
No. Or the one where it's like the appraiser. This one was actually a little bit creative where the guy's sitting there with the phone and then she's like, we'll have to talk to our person, to see what this can get you at auction. It's like an old Samsung. She's like, well, we can replace it for whatever. I just
Sure.
don't like phone ads.
That's better.
The stupid gecko, man. I hate the
You don't like the gecko?
I hate the gecko. There's that one where he's
It's
like,
at least creative. It's
like,
just been
you know
overdone.
gecko's been around for years. Almost as long as the buffalo wing. Oh, that's spicy. And I hate it.
That was a good impression of him.
So much because there's these guys in the back that are out of focus and focuses in on them and they're like little lizard, they don't say this but their face is saying little lizard can't handle the heat, and then he's like leaning on a napkin. I would grab a salt shaker and just pop
To the lizard?
yeah
Salt shaker?
yeah
Oh my gosh.
or the napkin holder or anything near me, just
Wow.
you're done.
He gone.
Then I'm having those wings.
There goes $4 billion.
I can
a year.
handle the heat.
Wow.
Yeah, also, how long has he been a spokesperson for them?
Years?
Yeah.
Okay, how much is Geico spending on ads? That's my question.
a gecko lives for like 15 years. So if it's longer than 15, that dude is ancient.
Wow. Oh, Progressive is the largest insurance, or they're spending the most on ads in insurance. I just had a stroke. Ad spending. Progressive spent $1.87 billion in advertising in 2021, which was they were at $1.95 billion in 2020 for ads. That's crazy. I bet companies cranked up the ads in 2020 because everybody's just at home watching TV.
Yeah.
That's crazy too. Whoa. Oh, never mind. Who's spending the most on ads? Highest
The
ad.
Geico Gecko made its first appearance in 2000, making him 23 years old, which is interesting because he is a Madagascar giant day gecko. That's what he's modeled after.
Okay.
Meaning he can only live 15 years in zoos.
Whoa. What are they feeding that guy?
Probably
Roids.
steroids, yep.
Probably.
The one where we talk about steroids.
Dang.
Episode title.
Respect. Dude, Proctor and Gamble spent $8.1 billion in ads. Now, that's like a bunch of
P&G, yeah, they have
bunch of companies underneath, but Amazon spent $4.8 billion.
That's pretty crazy because
company.
that's one company, yeah.
L'Oreal spent $3.9.
Really?
Unilever.
That's also like P&G.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy.
I thought L'Oreal was part of P&G or Unilever.
Guess not.
Oh,
That's
yeah, look
wild.
at that. Oh, Nestle.
Yeah, they own a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. Water.
I have this weird memory. We were at the some person's house. This was like probably a decade ago. I was like a kid. We were at this person's house for some reason, and they worked at Nestle, and they were just telling us all the stuff that Nestle makes. They're like, "You see this bottled water? Nestle made that." And then I'm like, I'm like 11. My mind's blown. Like, no freaking way. They make their chocolate milk. That's all they do. They don't make water. They also make Crunch bars, which I knew
My
that.
goodness.
So that was crazy. What? You eating a Crunch bar right now?
I'm eating ice. Bro, do you know they make Fancy Feast? Friskies?
Are we talking L'Oreal or Nestle?
Nestle.
Okay.
Tidy Cats?
What the?
Purina?
They're-
Tombstone Pizza?
Oh, what?
Hot Pockets?
They make Hot Pockets? I'm reverting back to my 10-year-old self. This is insane.
Starbucks Coffee?
No, they don't. Oh, like the coffee beans?
I don't know, probably.
What?
Looks like it.
Why am I outraged
Starbucks,
by this?
Coffee Mate, Nespresso.
Ne-
It's kind of in the name, buddy. Nespresso, Nestle. Kit
What?
Kat.
If you're watching on YouTube, my jaw's dropping.
Kit Kat.
Obviously.
All of their candies they make, like the only one that's here is like Kit Kat.
Mitsubishi.
Oh, Toll House. I mean, we knew that. Yeah, Mitsubishi. They make cars.
Hyundai.
Poland Spring, Pure Life, Arrowhead,
Sony.
Pellegrino, Ice Mountain. These are all just water brands. That's kind of messed up. That
The
they
iCarly reboot.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Oh.
They make Mac. They make Unilever. They make. Oh, they make P&G too.
Really? That's
I wonder-
crazy.
Yo,
GarageBand?
bro, who do you think's parent company of Nestle is? Who's Nestle's parent company?
No. Don't say it. Cedarville PSG?
Yep. Hey, do you follow their Instagram?
Proctor S. Gamble? Yeah, it's been good recently. Who's running that?
Whammer.
Really?
He's just cooking up on the gram.
It's
bro.
been great.
Oh my goodness.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
He must cook.
Let's
Wow.
see.
You see in one of the recent posts there was a plumber's crack?
No. It was? Which
Well,
one?
Vaguely. I don't know. It might have gotten deleted. Tim was showing me that.
Oh man, he had me dead. A lot of
That's
those
great.
posts were really funny.
Those were funny. I literally thought,
it was like
this
Tim.
is too Gen Z.
Did you see the one of
Tim's got to be like his advisor for them.
oh Tim like not what's it called? Tim like pushes him to keep on posting. He's like, come on, where's the post at? And
I can
he's
see
like,
it.
oh, I'm just kind of busy. He's like, oh, we need the posts.
We needed the post.
Oh, man. We'll leave 2023 going, almost gone. Turn out the lights. The party's over. Bless thee, leave 2023. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Great quote. Dr.
Prayers
Seuss.
up, leave.
Prayers up.
He's used that prayers up / high five emoji a lot.
It's not. Yeah.
I love how everyone started commenting and like liking him now too.
It works.
It does. That's good stuff. Well, is that all we have for today?
Hold up. We're getting a call.
Hello? Hello? How do I answer?
Hey, is this Whammer?
Yep.
Hey, Whammer. I've been really into your Instagram post recently.
Thanks.
I'm wondering, so we've gotten allegations actually that you posted a plumber's crack, and I'm just wondering what your thoughts were on that.
You might have been shown an altered photo.
What? Did you know that Photoshop is actually owned by Proctor and Gamble? Mm-hmm. Really?
As well as all the Adobe suites.
So here's my real question. If you could go to any country, would you? Mm-hmm. Okay. And which one would that be? Mm-hmm. That's great. So my dad was actually born there. It's cool. Immigrant.
He was born in Ohio.
No.
Am I right?
Yeah. Frick. I think dad is.
Boom.
Yeah. Whammer, have you... Okay, I'm getting another call. Sorry, I gotta go.
Nesquik makes Nestle. Other way around.
Wait. Nesquik? Oh,
Nestle makes Nesquik.
that's great.
Oh, man. This is crazy, dude.
It's
Hey,
crazy.
if you got time, go check out brands owned by Nestle and then brands owned by, what's it called? Unilever. And then brands owned by P&G. And then be sad for a little bit because you're going to be like, oh my goodness. But we're supposed to be the capitalist nation where you can create individual brands that are independent of each other to have competition. But then you're going to find out they're all owned by one big brand and there's no competition. How are you, as a soap manufacturer, going to break into the soap sphere if you're fighting against multi-billion-dollar giants like P&G and Unilever?
You gotta go to a farmer's market, sell them.
You got to do steroids.
That's true. Soap market is full of roid users.
Yeah, thank goodness.
You'd never know it, but they are locked into that lifestyle.
I wish P&G would buy like Toyota or something. That'd be so funny. If P&G's like, yeah, we make soap, hair care, home care, oral care, and cars. The Civic. Yeah.
Well, it's like Yamaha. They make pianos and
Mitsubishi
motorcycles.
Yamaha. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Mitsubishi making air conditioners and cars.
Yeah, it's great.
That's less crazy than
We make podcasts and... Frick, I should have thought of something funnier.
You know the Michelin stars was actually made by the tire company, right?
The what?
You know, like a restaurant being rated in Michelin stars?
Michelin stars.
Yeah, like a 5 Michelin star restaurant. Mm-hmm. You haven't heard of that?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't tell if you're joking or
No,
not.
I mean...
This means a lot to me that you've heard of this.
Oh.
You haven't heard of the Michelin star ratings of like restaurants?
Are you actually being serious?
I'm dead serious.
No way. Oh, I see
It's like
now.
yeah, and it was made by the Michelin Tire Company, and they would go around and rate different restaurants and be like, "We'll put out our Michelin guide,"
It's real.
because they wanted to sell more tires and get people to drive long distances.
Wow.
And so for some reason, this
No way,
tire
really?
giant became
That's
the
genius.
staple for food.
That's
the same company making rubber tires is like, this is a good restaurant, and everyone's like, okay.
And you would call that a marketing move?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's where marketing's fascinating, when
Yeah.
you do stuff like that.
yeah.
That's great. And it works.
And it worked, incredibly, because now they're like, that's the standard for like how good your restaurant is, a Michelin star rating.
That's interesting.
You
That is
know,
actually very interesting. I'd never heard of that.
That's crazy. I don't know why that was like a big part of my life as a kid. I was like, oh, Michelin star ratings.
I don't know.
Gotta have a good Michelin star rating on your restaurant.
I gotta have a good meal.
You a ZQL or a Vicks guy?
Theoretically Vicks.
Well, Vicks makes ZQL, and ZQL is made by Vicks, which is made by P&G. So
I'm a P&G guy.
whatever. Yeah.
You know what stinks is that one of the top corporations in the world has a stupid name like Proctor and Gamble.
I would agree. It should be soaps
like-
and stuff.
Yeah. Like Bazingu.
Yeah, I think China did a good job of that. Like we have TikTok, they have Badu. I think is what their
Badu.
I think is what their TikTok's called.
That's good.
Or like, what's their Google?
Yago.
It's like something way more fun.
Zippity doo dah.
China's version of Baidu. Oh, whoops.
Oh, that's
Chinese Google. What's Chinese TikTok? It's like made by ByteDance.
by the way, ByteDance stupid name too. So.
Yeah, I would agree. Douyin.
She ain't done.
I don't know. Maybe it's fun because it's like not American.
Yeah. Oh, tonight. All right.
Douyin.
Well, do you have anything fun to talk about? We're at an hour
I'm done.
20.
I got to get home and change and get ready for work.
Respect.
Make some lunch or dinner.
Let's see if we have any new anything, emails, etc. Probably not, but perhaps. I did actually check reviews earlier. We don't. Although, I will say I found out Cyril Lynn review from last week. Apparently 1-star review. So I texted the alleged offender today, and they said, I don't know how that happened. But if you're listening to this now, alleged offender, Cyril Lynn, change it to 5, please. This is our life's work in your room.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to eat tomorrow, and I need to feed my kids. So please give us 5 stars.
That's true. Every time someone gives us a 5 stars, we get $2.3 million.
Yep. Give us 5 Michelin stars, please.
Please.
And if you're new here, smash that like button. Follow us on Instagram at DudePerfect. And nope, everything bagel thought.
Follow us on Twitter at POTUS.
Yep, that's us. Yeah, I'm more of a FLOTUS type of guy.
Oh.
That sounds weird.
That is a little weird.
Pretty
but
weird. She's pretty old. What's her Instagram?
Dr. Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Is there Instagram
Joe.
Everything Bagel Podcast at?
Everything Bagel Podcast. Yeah, it's a really long.
Hey, go in our bio right now. I know where you're listening. You're listening on iTunes or Spotify. You're going to have to click out of your thing. You're going to have to go to the description. Scroll down a bit. It's going to say leave a voice memo. You're going to click on that, okay? You're going to navigate to the website. What you're going to do after that, you're going to click the button that says leave a voice memo. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to record something fun or stupid or serious or, I don't know, whatever. Tell Ethan that you're his dad or something. And then we're going to listen to it and talk about it. And it's going to be awesome. Okay? Need you to do that right now.
Yeah, please do. I would appreciate it.
Okay. We did improv last week for you, so please.
Yeah, how did that go, everyone? Tell us how that went.
And if you haven't left a review, freaking leave a review.
Actually, tell us that. Tell us what you thought of it, the improv. That'd be great.
If your middle name starts with any letter between B and L, leave us a review.
A through L, M through Z.
Yeah. If your first name has anywhere between 2 and 48 letters, not including spaces, leave us a review. All right, that's all I got.
Okay. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Hey, thanks for
for
coming.
listening. This has been the Everything Bagel Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Now get out of my house.
Bye.
Bagel.